Allow me to introduce our distinguished speaker, Venerable Dr. Devindapi Bala, Dhammasami, and PhD at Assumption University. Originally, he is from Nam Kham or Northern Shan state of Burma. In his early age, he studied at the traditional Buddhist study, and he completed his Dhammasami. That's the higher level of Bali study in this country. And beside that, he also completed Vinaya Vidu and Anguttara Nikaya Vidu. For modern education, in 2007, he completed his diploma in English at Aquinas College, Colombo, Sri Lanka. In 2009, he finished advanced English at British Council, Colombo, Sri Lanka. In the same year, he graduated his first degree in Buddhist philosophy at Bali and Buddhist University of Sri Lanka. By 2012, he graduated master degree in Buddhist study, Graduate School of Buddhist Library, Singapore in affiliation with University of Karunia, Sri Lanka. And by 2019, he earned his PhD in philosophy and religious at Assumption University, Bangkok, Thailand. Besides his academic achievement, he also had many publications in Shan, Burmese, Pali, and English. For the limited time, I'm going to list a few in English here at Prajna Vihara Journal of Philosophy and Religions at Assumption University, Bangkok, Thailand. He presented the paper titled Individual Enlightenment and Social Responsibility on the sociological interpretation of holy monk Venerable Bunchum. Another paper is presented at UN Vesak Conference, Volume 2019. That is Buddhist concept of spiritual and mindful leadership qualities for sustainable peace and development. In Thai Study Journal, Volume 3 in 2023, Buddhism and Syncretism, Shan Belief System of Guardian Spirit. These are some of his papers in English, and he also attended many conferences on academic conferences and presented many papers. Here I'm going to read a few of the papers here. Conference paper, The Role of Buddhist Morality in Contemporary World Peace, Philosophy and Religions Meeting East and West at Assumption University, Bangkok, Thailand. That is in 2018. Another paper is, the title is Buddhist Contribution to Peaceful Coexistence between Yunnan and Shan State, the second Theravada Buddhist Forum in 2017 at Mangxi, Yunnan, China. And another paper is the Buddhist concept of spiritual and mindful leadership qualities for sustainable peace and development at UN Vesak Conference in Vietnam in 2019. Besides the English and other language, he also expert in Pali. The paper of Pali is Shyama Mandale Kamathana Pawati, that is presented at the Mahamungka Buddhist University, Bangkok, Thailand in 2009. And the other is Bali paper for the conference of Pomunti Sakamathana Viti at Mahachula Longon Vidyalaya University of Ayutthaya in 2010. Another Bali's paper is the Lady Sayadaw Telupati at the first International Bali Conference in Shan State, Veluwan Monastery, Taungji in 2014. He also have more Bali's paper. Here is the Pohujana Kita Nukambi no Aranya Wasino Azaria. The Kuba Bunjum Yana Sangwara Terasa Therupatikatha. That is online Pali conference at SSBU here in 2020. Yes, he also interested in research like Buddhist study, Buddhist philosophy, Buddhist history, Buddhist psychology, Buddhist sociology, and anthropology, Pali, and meditation. Now, currently, he is acting as the lecturer, head of the Buddhist sociology and anthropology, deputy dean at SSBU, and he also a lecturer and assistant rector for academic affairs at Sariputta College, Muse. He is also a principal of Thungmau Parahita Monastic School, Manhel Muse. You can reach him by his current address. He is the Gungsa Monastery, Namkham, Shan State, Myanmar, or at Sariputta College, Muse, Shan State, Myanmar, or either at Shan State Buddhist University, Tongji, Shan State, Myanmar. That is our first speaker for this morning session. Venerable Dr. Divindapi Barasa, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Venerable Moderator Akasina, for your long introduction. And good morning, everyone. And firstly, I pay my respect to our senior Sangha and our Rector Sayadaw. And I wish our Rector Sayadaw happy birthday. So I'm going to do my presentation on the most venerable Khuwa Vunchum Yana Samvaro, known as Mindful Sayadaw in Myanmar, and his Dhamma missionary from forest dweller to international figure. And this is my introduction or the contents of my presentation. This presentation is a holistic approach one. So we look at the life and work of Venerable Khuwa Vunchum from different approach, different aspects. So I term it as a holistic approach in academic study. And I will also talk about who is the Venerable Khuwa Vunchum, his background, and his character and personality. Some academic study on Khuwa Vunchum, his practices, his teaching, his missionary, some of his social work, and some photo messages will be presented. So who is Venerable Khuwa Vunchum? This is his brief biography. He is actually born in Thailand, but his parents migrated from Myeong or from Eastern Shan State to northern Thailand. So he is his birthplace is from Chiang Rai province in Thailand. He was born in 1965. He was ordained as novice at Wat Siri Bunyan Cheng Sen in 1976 at the age of 11. And his ordained name is Venerable Nyana Sangvaro. He received higher ordination at Wat Son Tok in Chiang Mai, 1986. And his education at his young age, he studied at government primary school. And after ordaining as a Samanera, he also studied basic Naktam Sangha exam in Thailand. And since his young age as Samanera, since 11 years of age, he started practicing meditation and observing meditation retreat in the cave. So this made him also popular since his young age because of his practice and also because of his other work like renovating old pagodas and so on. And Khuwa Vunchum often described as a holy monk of Lanna tradition. So Khuwa here also a term used in prominently in Yon Buddhism. Actually, the term Khuwa is originated from Pali, Karu Acharya, Guru Acharya, which means venerated teacher. And Punjum is his given name, his young name. In Myanmar, he is known as Mai Phong Sayadaw because he stay in Meng Phong region of Dachilik province. He is the airport of Phatat Dondreng in Meng Phong. So he become well known as Mai Phong Sayadaw in Myanmar language. And his background is from Lanla Yon Buddhism. On this tradition, I think the next presenter will be explain more on this tradition. But here I just would like to mention that Hua Wanchum is his origin is from his monk origin is from Lanla tradition. The Lanla tradition is a Buddhist tradition developed in 13th to 16th century in former kingdom of northern Thailand. So Lanla has his own Buddhist tradition, art and architecture in its own style. So these are the young age photo of Venerable Hua Wanchum. You can also see here his lay life photo and young Samanera photo. And here you can see his young age photo. He looked very kind, very compassionate, very calm and in concentrated manner, in a very, very peaceful appearance. Since his young age, he was venerated by many followers. And this is a kind of typical Lanla tradition, Lanla holy monk. Yeah, holding the fan, the stick, and the jar, right? And his appearance is very calm and serene in meditative manner. And the character and personality of the most venerable Hua Wanchum, he is well known as forest dwelling monk, Aranyavasi, and he liked to stay in the cave, in the forest. During Vasa, every Vasa, since his young age, he observed 3-month ring retreat in the cave until now. And he is a vegetarian. And he built and renovated pagodas and old religious monuments since his young age until now. So he had been building thousands of pagodas around Shan State, Myanmar, Thailand, also China, including abroad like in India. And his practice is mostly focused on the perfection, parami, the 10 perfection. And he is also often described as charismatic monk because he has a number of followers, and he is very much well known in many countries. This also make him become more popular, and this is also because of his personal charisma developed from his previous life. According to Buddhism, we believe he has good parami. And he also practicing to improve himself in spiritual practice, in morality, sila, samadhi, for mental development, concentration, and wisdom, panya, 3 sikha. And he is compassionate and he is very kind, right? It can be seen in his appearance. He cultivates metta and karuna most of the time to all beings. And he also deeply practiced samatha meditation and also vipassana meditation, patipati. And he is also become a unity icon and a peace icon among the Buddhist communities, not just Buddhist community, also other religious community, different religious background, different nationalities also respect him and become his followers. And he also has followers from different countries. And they gather together when he celebrates his birthday, and wherever he goes, you can see different nationalities and different backgrounds. So it seemed like a peace icon and unity icon. And he also take the Bodhisattva vow in Theravada Buddhism. That means he practiced the 10 perfection and willing to become the Buddha in the future. And he is a spiritual teacher for many followers. He taught that he teaches the Dhamma and good teaching also to many people. And he become also a moral driving force for many people. Yeah, we look at him as a role model of a moral practicing person. And also by looking at him, many people, they want to do good things, right? To avoid bad things. In his talk, he always also encourage people to have good morality. So he is a moral driving force for many people as well. And from the academic study, a lot of scholars also study on his work and practices and life. And many scholars describe him in different way, different terms in the academic research. For example, Paul Gohen describe him as charismatic monks of Lana Buddhism, and some describe him as Lana holy monk, and some also look at his work and movement as transnationalism because he moved around different countries and propagate the Dhamma. And some scholars describe him as a movement of Buddhist millenarianism. Millenarianism, a kind of savior for his follower to attain good place, to attain peaceful life, to free from danger, and so on. And Buddhist utopianism also described by scholar like Ampon Chiratikon, a kind of creating a Buddhist kingdom, putting the Buddhist morality above the authority of the state. This is this theory comes from the sociological theory, describing this type of movement as utopianism. But whether you agree or not is a matter of academic argument. And also some describe this type of movement as Buddhist revivalism, to revive the Buddhist morality, the ancient tradition, and so on. And functionalism, functioning for the unity in different community, and so on. So these are some academic interpretation on Venerable Hua Bunchum. So Venerable Hua Bunchum, his practice actually mostly based on Theravada Buddhist teaching in different level. For the meditation technique, firstly, he mostly practice Buddhanusati Bhavana, which focus on Buddha, which one of the meditation technique prominent in Thailand, Buddha. When you breathe in and breathe out, breathe in and breathe out, like that, to develop Buddhanusati Bhavana. Also, Sati mindfulness is there. And he cultivate loving kindness meditation, metta bhavana as well. And also Satipatthana, the Vipassana meditation, also he sometimes extensively practiced during his solitary retreat in the cave. And he practiced forest tradition. He doesn't like to live in the city, in the village like that, right? He is more willing to stay in the cave, in the forest most of the time. And his character is a vegetarian since young age and has compassionate mind. And he practiced parami such as dana parami, sila parami, nekkhamma parami, adhitthana parami, and metta parami, etc. Right, the 10 perfection. And he take the bodhisattva vow, as I said earlier. So these are also some photo of him meditating and doing some the blessing using rosary bead to help him calm the mind and have concentration to develop metta, karuna, love and compassion. And his Dhamma message, he often gave talk on this topic, mostly on Theravada Buddhism. Generosity, dana. He always asks people to be generous, to help each other, and to help the poor, to support the needy, and to support where it's necessary, and to have good moral conduct, sila, and not to commit violence, ahimsa, and to cultivate loving kindness metta, and to practice mindfulness meditation, and to contemplate 3 characteristics, anicca, dukkha, anatta. And also sometimes he gave talk on the 4 noble truths, the noble eightfold path, and 37 factors of enlightenment. And he also often describe about the happiness of Nibbana, Nibbanam Brahman Sukhan. So this talk mostly what he gave. And when he gave his Dhamma talk, he often used picture, right, illustrating the Dhamma. So the first picture on the top is it was in the UK when he visited there, and our Rector Sayadaw translate his talk from Shan into English. And that topic is on the minus and plus, right? Multiplying. We have to minus bad deed and cultivate multiplying good deed, wholesome deed, like that. And the below picture, the first one is on the 4 noble truths, the noble eightfold path, the middle path, the middle path, and the other side, 2 sides is 2 extremes. We need to avoid 2 extremes and to follow the middle way, the middle path, to achieve our spiritual goal. And the second picture also describing about our life. Our time is limited, so we have to make use of our time in a first manner to reach our goal, because when you are in the ocean, you have a lot of danger there. So you need to row the boat as much as you can to reach to the shore. So in the samsara, we are facing a lot of ups and downs of life, a lot of danger, old age, and death, and so on. So we need to rush to reach to the shore to attain Nibbana. And the other side is the rock mountain. That means we have to train our mind to be strong, to be able to stand firm among the ups and downs of circumstance of life. And the other picture is about a man sweeping the ground. That means we have to sweep the defilement, kilesa, to purify ourselves, to purify our mind. So this kind of picture illustration also often included in his Dhamma talk. And these are his most popular talk, popular message. You may often heard in both in Shan, in Burmese, right? The more greed, the more suffering. The less greed, the less suffering. When there is no greed, there is no suffering. The more hatred, the more suffering. The less hatred, the less suffering. When there is no hate, there is no suffering. The more delusion, the more suffering. The less delusion, the less suffering. When there is no delusion, there is no suffering. The more conceit, the more suffering. The less conceit, the less suffering. When there is no conceit, there is no suffering. The more you love, the more suffering. You love, the less suffering. When there is no love, there is no suffering. The more clinging, the more suffering. The less clinging, the less suffering. When there is no clinging, there is no suffering. So this is his popular Dhamma message. And also when he observed solitary retreat in the cave, he doesn't cut off all his connection with his follower. He may often send a message by writing and keep it at the entrance of the cave. And once a month, his devotee who visited the cave will take the message and send it to the one who Venerable he want to convey the message to. And during his last retreat, 3 years retreat, long retreat, he also wrote some Dhamma book, and it had been published, I think, more than 20 volumes. And his transnational movement, he traveled to many region, state, country, throughout Myanmar, Shan State, Kachin State, and also other parts of Myanmar. And in Yunnan, China, in Sipsongpana, De Hong, and so on. And in northern and central Thailand, he also often travel and give Dhamma talk there. And in Bhutan also, as well. Now he is still in Bhutan. This year, he observed in Bhutan, in the kingdom of Bhutan. And sometimes he traveled for his Dhamma missionary to Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, and Bodh Gaya in India. And he traveled also to some other country like Nepal. And actually, he also used to live in the cave in Nepal and observe Vasa in Nepal as well during his young monk life. And also sometimes he traveled to Taiwan, to the UK, Nepal, Malaysia, and Singapore as well. And last time he visited Singapore, he gave Dhamma talk to last clock at the Big Box and also Arena Club in Singapore. And this one of the picture is with the Chief Minister of Assam, Arunachal Pradesh. And so some these photos are also his missionary in abroad. And this is his photo, his blessing in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur, and also in Bhutan. And so he also has good relationship with his follower by giving Dhamma talk, by doing chanting and blessing for them, also by publishing the Dhamma book, Dhamma message, sending the Dhamma message. And also he donate a lot of social welfare social welfare activity for education, healthcare, and so on, and also establish some education fund in his name. So he has a very good social relationship as well. And these are his one of his popular engagement with social engagement. Last time he blessed and saved the children who were trapped in the cave in Mesai in northern Thailand. That he predict they still alive. They will come out in a few days, and so on. He went there to do blessing, so it makes him also popular as a socially engaged monk. And so his recent activity, he just completed 3 years, 3 months solitary retreat in Mương Kiat in Eastern Shan State, and also he also that last year celebrated his 60th birthday, and also celebrating the Bodhakaya Mahabodhi Pagoda in Mương Phong, and he also just recently blessed the Thai King Rama 10th birthday, and recently he just completed his Vasa in Himalaya mountain in Bhutan, and during he is in Bhutan, he also often sent the Dhamma message to his followers, and also he donated some for the social welfare, for the some refugee and so on as well, for the floods refugee and so on.
Sir,
Okay, these are when he paid
sir,
respect
please make
to the
a
Sangharaja of
conclusion, sir.
Thailand,
Well, only 1
also
minute left.
blessing the Thai king and queen. And these are his Dhamma message published when he was in the cave in Eastern Shan State. He wrote the Dhamma book, and then his follower published it. And these are the photo when he at this time he observed Vasa in Bhutan, and also this is the photo with the king of Bhutan and the queen, the family, royal family of Bhutan. Okay, thank you very much for your attention.
Our second paper's title is Lana or Yon Buddhism, Prominent Monks in Shan State. The presenter is Pramahadongti Priyati Thari, PhD, IBSc, MCU Thailand. Please let us invite our speaker onto the stage. Venerable sir. Okay, as we have the limited time, allow me to introduce our guest speaker shortly. Our speaker today is Pramahadongti, PhD from Majula. He is an esteemed scholar and former director of PhD at Peace Study Program at the International Buddhist Study College, or IBSc, MCU. He is also the abbot at Wat Prathat Long Chom Kham, Kengtung, Eastern Shan State of Myanmar, and he holds a position as the assistant secretary of the Sangha of the Kengtung and assistant and secretary in Somdet Patriarch of the Ayatam of the Sangha of Kengtung. He is also a Vipassana master. His expertise in Pali language, Thai script of peace, Buddhism, and social development. For his education achievement, in 2000, he finished his advanced Dhamma class at the Kilek. By 2009, he finished his Bari grade 9, that is the higher level of Thai Buddhist, Thai Bali study at Wat Chon Patan, Thailand. In 2010, he finished his diploma in Tipitaka study at MCU. By 2015, he completed his master degree in social development at MCU again. And in 2021, he earned Lana's gift certificate from non-MCU or MCU branch in Nantes. And in 2022, he completed his PhD in peace study as IBSc MCU, and the last one in 2020, he earned a certificate of Vipassana Bhavana Master Certificate. And his working area also concerned very much related to the paper today. The area of his expertise include the Pali language, Dhammalana script, Buddhism, and social peace study. He has other books such as the Learn Thai Quickly and Thai Time Fast, Summer Buddhism, Course of Kengtung, Basic Vipassana Meditation. Venerable work is run in various Buddhist education, institution, and monastic setting, religious practice at Wat Lachatan Long Ho Kong, Kengtung Shan State, Myanmar from 2010 to 2011. At Wat Khemaram, Kengtung, Yangon, at Wat Prathat Sai Mung in Takilek, and Chiamang at Wat Long Mason Mungsat. Does it recently in East Asian State, Myanmar? So, without further delay, may I hand the stage to our distinguished guest speaker, Venerable Sir. The stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Venerable Akasena Thank you for the introduction of my short biography as well. Firstly, respected to the most venerable founder and director Sayadaw, Kamai Dhammasami, and Sangha member and esteemed audience here and online as well. Firstly, I would like to like express to the 1660 birthday celebration of the most venerable with the Bali language as well. As we study Bali, that's why I would like to say Katha to give the blessing to the most venerable. So, Itani ahang tesisami ayuvatana warang Dhammasami kasa sativasi kasa adipati pamukasa api maha bandita maha kamathana jariyasa mudita karuna bhavana jariyasa imahi khathai Dhammasami maha thero siyama rathe pisundro mahavicharyang gadwa namena apivisto idani sapha lokasaming sisananja natiko Chadakale vistocha sukhi thika yuko phava titukhocha arokomi virunho putasasane pariyata pisambanno sapha thevana muttamo patipata pipunno cha thamayuto cha sapaso sapa putthanuphavena sata suthi bhavantute thamman sapha thammanuphavena sata santi bhavantute Sapa Sankhanuphavena Satha Piti Bhavantu Te. Okay, for my presentation, for my topic today, not like different from the first speaker, Ajahn Venerable Devinda, Dr. Devinda Pipala as well. But my topic today is mentioned about the Yuan Olana Buddhism in transit or permanent monk in transit. Just overview about the Lana Buddhism and the permanent monk in transit as well. When we talk about the Yuan Olana Buddhism, we have to mention about the five Chiang or five Gang as well. In the history, we can focus on the five Chiang, like start from the Chiang Lai, right? Chiang Mai, Chiang Tung, Chiang Rung, and Chiang Thong. Now is a four country, right? For four country of the Thailand, Myanmar, Laos, China. But they provide like, five Chiang. Five Chiang is start from the Chiang Rai, right? Chiang Rai is the first capital of the Lana, but they didn't mention about it because they start from the Lana Kingdom. It's Chiang Mai, right? Chiang Mai. And after that, the permanent monks like Yana Kampira, is the first monk. Maybe before Yana Kampira came to the Shan state, came to the Myanmar, came to the around the Southeast Asia, like Thai, and the Buddhism come to Thai, to Laos, and China, and as well. In this area, in Shan state, especially Eastern Shan state, they believe in like a mixed belief, right? Like animism, or sometimes they follow the Mahayana tradition as well, right? Like that's why when we see the especially the Kuba Bunchum Yana Sangwaro, we can see the style like with the sometimes they put like a head like monk head Yeah, especially like a Mahayana tradition and Vajrayana, when he chanting, they use like a instrument, right? Music instrument. This is like a Vajrayana style, not like a Theravada style, right? Because like I think in my personal view is a Kubabunchum is a like a mixed together, not separate. Like okay, yeah, is a Theravada monk, Mahayana monk, or Vajrayana monk, just a Buddha disciple. Just say like that, right? And that's why when we see about the Lana Buddhism, we have to focus on the history of that also, right? Before we start, but I have a short time, okay? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah. For this, um, for this, how to say, for this like paper, I will explore about the Lana Buddhism. Lana Buddhism is a expert and profile in front on the religion landscape of the like transit and neighbor boring area. Like a family due to the historical like a tie between Lana Kingdom, modern day, like yes, northern Thailand, and the Thai people of the region, including the Shan, Lao, Khon Mueang, and in front of the Lana Buddhism is the most powerful in the eastern transit, especially the region of the Kengtung, right? Kengtung and like Shan, right? Eastern transit, Kengtung, Meng La, Meng Yong, Meng Sat, Meng Peng. But it also extends to the part of the Myanmar, like Meng Nai, Lashio and Muje Namkham as well. One time I visit like Muje and I saw like what is the difference from the like a Lana style and like Thai style and like a Myanmar style, right? Because they just put the name of the temple like a Wat, right? Wat, right? In like I visit like some temple in Muje Namkham. Is that they put like a Wat Chong Luang, Wat Chong Luang, right? As well. Can you see here about the people about the map of the five Chiang, right? Start from the Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, right here, and the Thailand, and through the Lao is a now is a Luang Prabang, right? The own capital city of Lao, and to the Chiang Tung to the Yunnan Sipsongpana as well. We can see, yeah, this area is a Lana kingdom. This area is for the Lana Buddhism as well, right? When we see this, it is some chances in the PowerPoint as well. Can see many region of Lana Buddhism. According to the we wrote in Tanon, they say that about Lana Buddhism have like a unique, right? Unique form, unique style. Right? Like when we see many monk and many style of the temple, it's a different, right? Even the location or the monk he live in the like Myanmar, but not like a Burmese style, right? Because they have a unique as well. For the Lana Buddhism or Theravada in Lana Kingdom. Right. The first one is introduced by the Queen Jamatevi, Jamatevi in 1205 B Lana Buddhism. Right. The train Theravada from the center of the land of the Thailand. Right. In from the Wesleyanism. You know, like about the veteran monk. Why is there some monk in the Lana kingdom follow the vegetarian because like they follow like some style of the Mahayana, right? Mahayana as well. And also when we talk about this, we can see that like some monk or some permanent of chances follow, and as well as like when we see about the independent of the Lana kingdom as well. And like we have the unique Lana Buddhism is have a unique ritual, like we call Dhammavatana, not like chant with like a Sangyoka, like a Karaniya Matha Kusalena Yantang Santang Badang, not like a Karaniya Matha Kusalena Yantang is like a no stopping, you know. continue to each other. Karaniya mata kusalena yantang santang patang abhisameja. So go write this, no stop like a sangyoka or words as well, right? And also in this time, and like a Theravada Buddhism arrived from the Pagan as well. The Dana kingdom in from the Theravada style from the Pagan in like 1600 BC, and further expanded under King Kuna, right? Posting the Langga Wangsa and Laman six, Langga Wangsa and Laman style to the Lana kingdom. After that, like Lana have a practice and immerse favorite novice and orientation monks building a temple without like a travel. You know, sometime in the Lana style, they just mention about the Tamayung, Mahavihara, not mention about the travel or Uposatha, right? In the past, like most of the temple, they not build the Uposatha, just build the Mahavihara as well, right? And also, like they prepare to make a merit and cultivate merit with the building the pagoda, blending Buddhism, the local supernatural belief as well, ritual and the festival. We can mention about the ethnic dimension and the geography dimension as well, right? About the land style and the Sangha and Buddhism in the eighth Sankhayana at Wat Maharatana Potharam or Wat Chit Yot, Chiang Mai in right 2000 right 20 right 2020 that can call like a post era of the Lana Buddhism, right? Including this factor as well. When we see the Lana style, Lana characteristics, we can see like a ordinary novice more than monk. You can see in the Lana area why is that the novice more than monk. But in the center of Thai, center of the Myanmar of Laos, people prefer to become a monk more than novice. But Lana style become novice more than monk as well, right? And like when we see this, we can see like a crystal ball or like holding the Upakut, Upakutatera. Also, when the Rana kingdom have a ceremony, we have to invite the Upakuta to protect as well, to protect our ceremony. Maybe I think like a Rana style is a mix together between like a animism, Mahayana, Theravada, and like a Vajrayana as well. Like or sometime now when we can see like a auspicious time as well, we can see like when we would like to invite monk to become a new house or new house ceremony, you have to like look at in the auspicious time or good time, right? And when we wedding ceremony also, right? When we see that for the Lana style, like that. Yeah, when you see this, and also in that time, like in the previous time, they provide like a three Nikaya, T6, right? In Dana Kingdom is a original local. We call like a Muang six, and another one is a Sundok, right? Sundok Ramayana, that style, like a Burma style, and the new one is a Pa Deng Sinhala because like a Yana Kampira, he went to the Sri Lanka to learn and bring some style from the Sri Lanka came to the Lana kingdom, and they provide like in the past they have to kind of the sect like Puttang Sararanang, right? In the first original style, and then Yana Kampila went to the Sri Lanka and come back to the Lana kingdom. They think that Sararanang is not like a correctly according to the Bali. This chain like convert from the Sararanang to Saranang Kachami, something like that. Follow the Theravada style as well, right? And when we see this, we can see, and they also use the script like a Thai Lana script. We can call Thai Tham script also. The both Venerable Kuba Bunchum has also mentioned about this script is what we call Thai Tham, right? It's a Thai Tham, but like me some ancient word, you can say that I I ไอรุ่งยีแรม3 ขึ้น I rung Yiram Sam Kun. It means like the first son is like estimated about Sheng Rung, right? I Rung is the first son is estimated about the Sheng Rung. Yiram is estimated Meng Lam now is the Yunnan area, and Sam Kun is mean about the Gyeongdong or Eastern Translate as well. Like for this we can see that, and in the Chengdong and Eastern Translate, and we can see about it what kind of the different about the Lana Buddhism and now Buddhism in Translate as well. We can see for the Eastern style and Lana style and the Thai style. Now we can see when we visit the Chengdong temple, we can see the in the left side, right, we have like a Sangha Sisis area, right? A Sangha Sisis area. But like in style or maybe like Burma style, they have like Sangha Sisis in front of the Buddha Balanga, Buddha throne, right? Buddha throne. But I have understand. And also about the architecture as well. Can you see? Maybe okay. Architecture and next page. Pande. Mhm. And also,
Sir,
and for this we
sir,
can
we
see
10 minutes remain. 10
okay,
minutes
5 minutes
remain.
remain, right? Okay, thank you so much.
Sir.
Okay, I would like to the people and pass also, and also for the more detail, you can read in on my paper as well. Now you can see what kind of the Lana style still existing in the Chan states. You can see Eastern Chan states and like Meng Nai, Sanvi, um, right, and Meng Ping, and also about the Chiang Rung, Chiang Thong, right, and Laos and China as well. For this, we can explore about the five Chiang and the history about the timeline. Right now, if we visit the Mường Sing of the Luang Nam Tha, right, northern of Laos, we can see also about the Lana style as well. Timeline of the Lana or in the five Chiang in the Chan states, you can see like 8th and 10th century Buddhism first reached the region where trade route and exchange with India and Southeast Asia, right? And the 11th century king Anuwartha promotion of Theravada, right? During the Burma began to the Lana kingdom as well. And 13th and 14th century, the Lana kingdom, right in the northern Thailand, becoming a major center of the Buddhist culture, right? Impacting chances, right? And the 15th century, increased the cultural exchange, bring Lana Buddhism practice to take the Thai people in chances. And the 18th century, Gyeongdong is become a key center for the Lana kingdom or for the Thai people, right, as well. And the 19th century, Buddhist monastery grow in the chances, focusing on monastic education by Lana region as well. And century 1920 and to 1940, British law introduced change to the religion practice and Western to Burma, right? And also in this as well, we can see for the prominent monk who influenced the Lana kingdom is a Yana Kampila. Yana Kampila, Yana Kampila is a 14th century spread of the Theravada Buddhism. Yana Kampila Mahathera, right? They have a right in the 14th century to the 15th century came to Eastern Chan state and spread the Lana style to throw of the Chan state as well, right? For the prominent monk in Chase who informed the Lana kingdom is Kuba Sivichai, start from the Yana Kampila. The second one is Kuba Sivichai. And the third one is now, I just choose some monk who have informed and follower like a Kuba Bunchum Venerable. And also our Rector, Kamai Dhammasami as well. They also would like to merge between like a local style and the Theravada style together. And now when I visit some temple in Southeast Transit or when we see like the Kuba Bunchum spread like a Lana style with the chanting, start from the Tassa Palami perfection, right? Tassa Palami Sampanno. In the past, I didn't heard from many temple in Shan State, but now when we visit like a Shan temple in to Shan State, we can hear like okay when they chanting morning chanting and evening chanting, we start like Tasaparami Sampanno Upaparami Sampanno Itipiso Bhagava, something like that. Also, right? Okay, for this maybe I have a few times. Also, you can see like my Bible as well, and we have in question. In now, when we conclusion about the Lana Buddhism and like Thai Buddhism or Burmese Buddhism in Translate in Burmese, I think we can mix together, but like in the Mori is the essence of the Buddhism is like a Buddha teaching, right? Even we have many brand, many style, but the final is the same. The final is the same, right? Okay, that's why we can promote, we can make even unique style to follow the Buddha teaching as well. Yeah. Okay. It's my presentation now. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Venerable, for giving such an impressive line of Buddhism. And if I have to go short to the point, my question is that now in your presentation and in your paper, you have mentioned 8 Sangayana, right? So far, I just learned that there is only 6 Sangayana. So can we add that this 8 Sangayana to the mainstream of Sangayana?
We count not the same, right? Thai, sometimes in Sri Lanka, in Thai, they didn't include the main point of the Sankhayana, right? For the last Sankhayana is in Myanmar, right? It's 6, right? 6 Sankhayana, but in Sri Lanka and sometime in Lana Kingdom, they didn't include. Yeah, that's why. But Lana trick, Lana script, they also mention about the Lana kingdom is the edge of the Sankhayana.
Banyasa, I'm very curious to know about the. You mentioned that in Lanata monastic, people prefer to be novices than monk. Is there any reasons or any supportive for that?
The reason supporting for is that they believe that if we become like a novice modern monk, because we feel if we start our monkhood or monastichood from the child, we are really fail, right? If we start from the monk, maybe we have a family or as well, and we like a divorce or something like that. That's why they become a novice first, and another reason is follow the culture, right? We have I believe oh, when we have 8 year, we have to become a novice. Is some Buddha teaching or some local teaching to influence the people believe. That's why they become a novice first, and they think that they can become a novice to gratitude to the father, right? Become a monk to gratitude to the mother as well. That's why when in the Lana people believe, they say that if we become a monk, and maybe they didn't believe and they didn't respect, because you have a family also, and you cannot continue your lay people, right? And you become a monk, something like that. But if we can become a novice first and can continue to the monk, it's mean we are feel practice, right? Start from the children and feel pure parisutto more than old people become a monk, something like that.
To our dear, may I invite our guest speaker, that is by Mr. Thomas Blunt. The title paper is a suggestion for lesson material, a summary for the young generation. That's about Lady Sayadaw. Mr. Blunt, may I invite you onto the stage? And I would like to ask you forgiveness as we are quite behind our schedule. So I'm going to skip in reading your short biography. I know in this you're a great scholar and you associated yourself in an academic field, especially in Theravada Buddhism and Myanmar. And Mr. Thomas also teaching English, German to Burmese kid or to Sangha or even to Dhamma to Sangha as well. So forgive me to read your biography in very short, and I will want to give more time to your presentation. And let me remind you again, please keep your time within 25 minutes. Stage is yours.
Yes, thank you for your introduction. First, I want to pay my respect to the Sayadaw for kindly allowing me to give this presentation. I also pay my respect to the Sangha and to the Sayale and to the audience. So let me start traditionally with Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, coming back from Myanmar just yesterday, I'm now in Bangkok on the way back to Germany. We noticed that there is a decrease of interest in the young generation, unfortunately, towards Payadea Sangha. And not only I myself noticed it, many others, including Sangha, noticed that. So my intention is to provide lesson materials, proper lesson materials for, let's say, Myanmar schools or even universities. Now, the problem is that most Tipanis of the Mahathera Lady Sayadaw are very extensive, very profound, very difficult to read, very difficult to teach. So I'm now intending to shorten these long Tipanis of the Mahathera into a condensed form so that they may be usable and understandable, easy understandable for the young generation. So that is my Setana, that is my intention. So now I choose here the Nibbana Tipani, Manual of Nibbana, of the Mahathera Lady Sayadaw. The Mahathera was born 1846, and he has a reputation that he revived the Patipati practice and also the Pariyati practice in Burma in those days. And in those days, the Patipati especially was almost lost. And in some views, including my view, we have to be very careful that it is not lost again in the young generation. They have other interests. So to read the Tipanis is very needed even now. So this Nibbana Tipani has 150 pages. I have 2 editions, and I condensed the whole thing to 8 pages to make it understandable. So I choose in this presentation Nibbana Tipani because we are in a habit to say Idam me punyam nibbanasa pisyo hotu when we do good deeds. So this alone makes it an important thing to provide understanding of the Nibbana Tipani of the Lady Sayadaw. And let me see now. As we all know, Nibbana is the ultimate goal in Theravada, liberation from the cycle of samsara. But what I have to add is, the Lady Sayadaw didn't give the discourses without reason. It was always requested by some lay people in those days. For example, the lay person so and so, Shan, and so on. Now, the first thing I want to repeat again, because this is on the screen. We don't discuss here the Mahayana concepts. The Mahayana concepts are, especially in the West, are often mixed up with our Theravada tradition. So we want to avoid this discussion altogether. And again, what I said, the Mahathera, luckily for us, he is responsible for the revival of the Pati and the Pariyati as well. He has written so many Tippanis, I think about 25 or 30 Tippanis, and they are all very academically written. So the youngsters are hesitating to learn, to read, or even comprehend these Tippanis. Even although they are mostly translated in English, as a German, I can speak English, but the English is also of a very high level and complicated level. Never mind. So that's why I condensed these Tippanis to 1/10 of the original. Now, first we have the Lokiya and the Lokuttara, as you all know. Then I have here, the Pariyati alone. The Mahathera always said the Pariyati alone, the learning alone is not enough. You have to do the Pati also, the insight meditation. So now I just come back from Burma. I've been in Burma for a long, long time. We have so many Pariyati centers, and it is very good that we have these Pariyati centers. But sometimes we have to increase also the meditation centers, the Pati. So Pariyati alone is not enough. My personal view is that they should be combined and that both have to be practiced. Then the Mahathera speaks about Lokiya and Lokuttara. This is, of course, we all know about this. We have the Lokiya world, and we try to be we try to aim for the Lokiya. And what the Mahathera says, Nibbana is not easy to attain. It is very difficult to attain. So, and then he speaks about, as we all know, the Sotapanna, where the personality view and the skeptical doubts are finished, and we don't have to be born more than 7 births. But then he speaks about the cessation, the Nibbana, and it's interesting. He speaks about different stages of Nibbana. And let me go to this one. Again, Panati and Paramata, ultimate Nibbana is the only unconditioned reality. And we have to be clear about the difference. We may be doing a lot of dana, we may be doing a lot of sila, we keep the sila, and we have different charities and all that. That is all Lokiya. But then the direct realization of Nibbana he speaks about, that is the most important. And then he says that I will come to different stages of cessation. The last stage is where even the khandhas, the 5 khandhas, the Pancha Khandha, do not exist anymore. And let me cite the motto of the book. When the defilements, the kilesas, and the aggregates, the khandhas, become extinct without any remainder, never to appear, it is peace. This is peace. So that not only the kilesas finished, but also the 5 khandhas are gone, That is peace. And then and the cessation state in Nirvana is permanent. And then he also says, we cannot mix up Lokia and Lokutra. Both can be practiced, but they both have their own value. And the only secure refuge is Sotapanna. And then he says, of course, as we all know, this when we are Sotapanna, we cannot go to Apaya realms, and we cannot go down to the lower stages. And then he says, the only secure refuge in our life is the unconditioned state. The unconditioned state. We have to see the dangers of the samsara. And then he repeats what we all know. There is no difference between Nibbana attained by a slave, at those days there were slaves, or by a king. Nibbana is Nibbana, whether you are a slave or a king. And then again he repeats, personality view and skeptical doubt are the seeds of hell, apaya. But we should not despair. A cure exists. He repeats, those people who think that there's no cessation, they are really lost. We have to accept that the cure exists, and we have to follow the Eightfold Noble Path and the Four Noble Truths. Now, it is the same. He compares it with the patient in the hospital. A patient in the hospital, he has to trust that a cure exists. It is the same with our defilements, our lobha, dosa, moha, and whatnot. We have to trust that a cure exists, nibbana exists. And then now we come to the different appeasements. He says, he likes to give the example, and I'm also happy with that. If you have a person who is convicted to death penalty, and he thinks, oh, I will have the death penalty tomorrow. And then, however, he says, 5 days later, the government gives pardon, gives amnesty, and his sorrow is by this amnesty greatly pacified and appeased. Mahatera, speaks of appeasement, so he is happy. And this is in the same way when we attain the stream winner, when we attain the first stage of liberation of Nibbana, personality view and skeptical doubt. And then another example, if we are sick and oppressed by a disease, if we just say, of our relatives say, oh, you are Mr. Healthy now, or I'm Mr. Healthy, that is not enough. These words don't help. We have to take the medicine. And if the medicine is applied, then the cure will come. And he then says again, the happiness of the wealth, be rich human beings, and the happiness even of devas and brahmas, that is one way of happiness. But the happiness of cessation is different from the happiness of enjoyment. So there are different ways of cessation. First, we have Miccha Ditti Nibbana. Interesting enough, Miccha Ditti Nibbana, wrong view about cessation. Enjoying the sensual pleasures with the wrong view. But that is, he calls it also Nibbana, Miccha Ditti Nibbana. Then conventional cessation. That means if you are threatened by thieves, but you lock the door properly, then your cessation is the robbers cannot come in. And then the next one, momentary cessation. Let's say you practice a sexual misconduct, or you have the wrong view, or you have the restlessness, and you finish this say, stop this, and you are stopping this. This is momentary cessation. Next one, cessation by suppression. 8 jhanas, even the Nirodha Samapata, the absorption states. That is cessation by suppression. Then cessation by cutting off the defilements, the kilesas, as we already mentioned. And then the last one, because the body still exists. So then only when the parinibbana of the arahata is happening, then this is a final cessation, the last point of cessation. Then he talks a lot about the natika ditti and utecha ditti. I'm not perfect in Pali, sorry, the nihilism and annihilation view, these two extremes, he says these are terrible. And then he comes to Vedana, he says, any Vedana that we have, and maybe enjoyable Vedana, or any Vedana, it is all dukkha, it is all suffering. Yes. And then he says, one may a deva at one time, the hell being, and the hell being for 10,000, 100,000 of the existence may follow. One may be Brahma one time, and the hell being for 100 million existence. So this is the danger of samsara. We all know this. We emphasize it. And then the cessation of the defilements. Cessation of the defilements. It is in the Mahasatipatthana Sutta of the Digha Nikaya and the Satipatthana Sutta of the Missima Nikaya. All speak about the cessation of the defilements. And then he talks about the ahituka ditti and the adicca ditti, the belief in blind chance, everything is just happening randomly or without cause. He says this is terrible. And then he says also another good thing, excellent thing. Those who practice the 37 Bodhipekya Dhamma, we all know the 37 Bodhipekya Dhamma. You may be talking about it a lot, but you don't practice them, then you are far away from the nibbana. So this is another example. And then I come to the end, or next to the end. Another citation. Those who rebirth in the human realm, but not taking refuge in the teaching, they are very liable to go to the lower worlds, and they are far away from the nibbana. So thank you for your, this was all. I hope I'm in time. Thank you for your attention.